Hello students, we are going to be dealing with quadratic equations today, and we are going to see how we can actually use the method of factorization to actually solve a quadratic equation. Now, straight to our question, we have the following instruction: solve the quadratic equation 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 is equals to 0. Now, this is actually a trinomial. What you should do is that the first term, which is this 2x squared, and this minus 15, that is a constant term, are going to be multiplied. Now, once you multiply them, this is what you are going to have. You are going to have 2x squared times minus 15. All right, our answer will be minus 30x squared. Now, the next thing you have to do is this. You are going to find two factors of minus 30x squared that will sum up to give plus 7x. Now, you have to be very careful in this. It's not just going to give 7x, but make sure you go with the sign. Now, if you see, it's going to sum up to give you the whole of this. So in case it is negative, it's going to be minus 7x. So take note of that, okay? The signs, very important. So what are those factors of minus 30x squared that will actually sum up to give you plus 7? Now, we move straight. I think the factors of minus 30x squared, or the factors of minus 30, let's see, minus 30, the factors, I think we can have, I think 10 times 3, 10 times 3 will actually give me what? 30. But remember, what we want is minus 30, all right? So therefore, why not let me say minus 10 times 3. Minus 10 times 3 is actually minus 30. But what about minus 10 plus 3? Minus 10 plus 3 gives minus 7. And this is not what we desire. What we desire is plus. Okay, look at it. This is what we desire. Hence, the correct thing will be, I think, no, I'm even sure it's going to be 10 times minus 3. Now, this is going to give us minus 30, and 10 plus the minus 3, the answer is going to give us what? 7. So this particular arrangement is the correct thing to do, right? So since we've gotten this, then we can now continue. Okay, recall after our calculation, what we found is going to be 10 and minus 3. Of course, but you know, we're dealing with minus 30x squared. Therefore, for minus 30x squared will be plus 10x and minus 3x. This is what we desire. So we now move back to the question. Remember, this is the question. Remember? So we now move back to the question. Remember, we have 2x squared. Now, instead of having this plus 7x, what we are going to have is the combination of these two. So we are going to have plus 10x, plus 10x, then minus, we have 3x. Then what we have at the back here is 15, minus 15. So we have our minus 15 is equals to 0. Good. Then we factorize further. Remember, we have 2x squared. 2, we have 2x squared plus 10x minus 3x, then minus 15 is equals to 0. Now, we are going to group it in twos, okay? Group it in twos. Now, then we'll factorize further. What do we have? We're going to have, what is common with 2x squared and 10x? I think what is common is going to be 2, then we have x. So therefore, we are going to have just x now, because what the method is, how many times would 2x go into 2x squared, and what is the remainder? So we know the remainder is x, so we put it there. Okay, then plus, now we can say 10x divided by 2x, we know it is 5. We close the bracket. Then we are going to have minus. Now, what is common between minus 3 and minus 15? What is common is minus 3. Now, this is what you are going to do. The whole of this minus 3 divided by minus 3x divided by minus 3, what we have is x. Then minus 15 divided by minus 3, what we have is 5. Okay, that is equals to 0. Now, once you actually do the correct thing, you are going to find out that whatever is in this bracket must be equals to what is in this bracket is going to be the same, and that is an indicator that you have actually done what you're supposed to do. Now we factorize further, so what is common now is going to be x plus 5. We are factorizing further. Now the whole of this, can you see it? The whole of this divided by x plus 5, what we have is 2x. Now the whole of this divided by x plus 5 will be minus 3, and we put it here is equals to 0. Now, by all indication, we've actually factorized. But remember, the question says we should solve. We factorized, so good. Then let's solve now. Now listen, since the product of these two factors is equals to 0, it means that one of them must be 0. So it is either x plus 5 is equals to 0, or 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now, if x plus 5 is equals to 0, then it therefore means that x is equals to, taking this, crossing over there is going to be minus 5. Or, now in this scenario, if you have 2x, now taking, that is like collecting like terms, moving it here, is going to be equals to what? 3. Now, you divide both sides by 2, so that x will be 3 by 2. Now, we have two answers now. Finally, we have is either x is equals to minus 5, or x is equals to 3 by 2, which is the same thing as 1 whole number 1 over 2. Now, these are the solution to the quadratic equation. They are also known as the root of the quadratic equation. That is okay, and that is beautiful. So you can watch the video over and over just to get very good understanding. Thank you for your time.